Welcome to Newsmakers. I'm your host, Jeannie Hodis. Thanks so much for joining me. We are at the Johnson County Community College in Overland Park, Kansas, with the mayor of Merriam, Kansas, Ken Sissom. Thanks so much for joining me.
That's my pleasure.
So one of the big issues you guys are looking at right now is updating your recreational facilities. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are looking to do.
Yeah, we have a community center that we've been operating since the 1980s. It was an old school, and we kind of retrofitted it into a community center. It was never intended to be a community center. It was a school, so we made the best that we could of it, but we found out recently that it has some enormous challenges with regard to parts of the building needing to be repaired, replaced, and we're looking at the possibility of replacing it and actually moving it potentially to another location. Then at the same time, we have a swimming pool that's been around for over 30 years, and it has had problems too in the last 4 or 5 years, significant problems with the basin leaking, the filtration system being out of date, the bathhouse or the changing rooms being non-ADA compliant. So it seems like a good idea to maybe look at this in a joint fashion to see if there's something that we can do to merge the two facilities, maybe in another location as a potential. How much would that cost? What would it involve? And so we put together a steering committee, and we've been working on this project for over a year, getting together, talking with folks, surveying our citizens, trying to find out what their thoughts would be. We're trying to determine how big does it need to be, how much would it cost, how would we fund it. So we're in that process now. In fact, we've got some meetings coming up where people are going to be invited to come and look at the plans and get their views. Again, another attempt at reaching out to the public, because this is going to be a community center that everyone will have the opportunity to use who want their input. Plus, it's important when you're talking about a project that's going to cost, could be up to $20–25 million. We only have one chance to do this right. So we want to make sure that we do the right thing, because it's obviously going to impact people for many years to come.
What do you find when you're kind of looking at whether to update what you have versus to completely replace it?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the age of the facility. Our community center has portions of the building that are over 100 years old. We felt that the building was reasonably sound and we could continue to operate it, maybe just add on to it, but there's a couple problems with that. The majority of our site down there is in the floodplain, which inhibits our abilities to actually add on to it unless we build up the property height. And then we had a consultant come in who's trained at looking at old buildings and kind of giving us an analysis of their condition. And when we did that, and it was an exhaustive and kind of an expensive process to have somebody do that, we found out that the building was in much worse shape, and maybe to the degree that we really should seriously think about not moving forward with any enhancements or additions to that building. And as much as I hate to have to do that, we do have to look at what this costs and what's reasonable and what's fiscally responsible.
It sounds like your residents really do enjoy these facilities.
They do, but I will tell you, and I've traveled at facilities in Mission and facilities in Overland Park and Olathe, and the newer facilities, their usage rate is much higher than ours. Our facility needs to be different in order for more people to want to use it. And I think community centers can be very vibrant places, and basically they're places that build communities. These are centers that have kids, parents. There's people there for fitness. There's maybe older citizens there for some rehab stuff. We can't offer a lot of that with the facility that we have. So maybe we need to think about doing something different.
All right, we'll have to have you back to update us on the process as you move along. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Newsmakers.